Hey everybody, this is going to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to make the Caret Scarf. In a previous video I showed you how to make the Caret Shawl and also the Caret Beanie. Just like those other patterns, I'm using a 5mm hook or a size 8 hook for the US. I'm using worsted weight yarn, which is 4 ply for the US or 10 ply for Australia. There's the front and this is the back. And I did all this with just one skein, and I would say it's about medium length. Actually, didn't measure the length of it, but it goes around my neck, and then I can, basically it's a short scarf like that, and so it kind of like an open cowl. But if you want it to be a longer scarf, then I recommend grabbing 2. So go ahead and grab your 5mm hook, size 8 hook, and we'll get started. The width of this shawl, it's 15 centimeters or 6 inches. And I started off using single crochet foundation stitches, but you can make it using chains as well. Now if you want to make it with single crochet foundation stitches and you want to make it this size, you need to do 17 single crochet foundation stitches. If you're going to chain, then you want to chain 18. Each one of these is a multiple of 4, so if you want to make it not so long, you want it say 3 sections, then just do 4, 4, 4 plus 1. So the multiples of this stitch is 4 plus 1. Okay, to begin, make your slip knot, and then I'm going to do my single crochet foundation stitches. I'm going to do 17, and to do that you do a chain of 2, and then in the very first chain you're going to pick up a loop. You're going to yarn over, pull through only one of the loops, which creates the chain. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through both loops, which creates the single crochet. Now you have 2 loops here on the side. Skip this first one. You want to go into this bigger one at the bottom here. Go into that loop, pull up a loop. Again, you'll be going through 1, which creates the chain. Yarn over, pull through 2. And again, you have a smaller loop at the top and then a bigger one at the bottom. You always want to go into the first bottom one, the bigger one. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1 to create the chain. Yarn over, pull through 2, create the single crochet. You're creating your chain and single crochet at the same time. But feel free, if you want to do your row of chains first and then chain 1 and turn and do your single crochets there. But I prefer, when making a blanket or a scarf especially, to go ahead and do a single crochet foundation stitch, because it prevents this ending part from getting too tight. If you do chain, then that chain can sometimes be tighter than just a row of single crochets would have been, and it would pull more. So if you can, I encourage you to try when making a scarf especially, but also a blanket if you find that that's a problem that you have. And it's very easy. You're just making that chain, yarning over, pulling through 2. And you want to continue to do this all the way until you have a total of, if you're doing my size, 17 single crochet foundation stitches or chain 18. Okay, to start, you do your single crochet foundation stitches 17 or you chained 18. Now if you chained 18, you want to do for row 1, you want to single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then you want to single crochet down your chain, and at the end of row 1 you should have 17 stitches, 17 single crochets, which will bring you up to row 2. So for row 2, and now whether you chained or single crochet foundation stitches will be together. So for row 2 you're going to chain 2 and turn. Now the beginning chain 2 will always count as the first stitch, and if you're looking at it, this very first single crochet of the row is now the single crochet's stitch. You want to skip a stitch, which means you'll be skipping this stitch, and then the next one I want you to put a V-stitch. So yarn over and put a V-stitch, and the V-stitches are always going to be double crochet, chain 1, double crochets worked in the same stitch. So we have a chain 2, skip a stitch, V-stitch. Then again on this side of it, again you want to skip 1 stitch. The very next one you'll put a double crochet, and that'll be the repeat of the pattern. So again we'll repeat starting from our chain is now our double crochet here. So our double crochet, the repeat is going to be to skip the next stitch, and the following one you'll put a V-stitch. And then again skip the next stitch, and then you'll put a single double crochet. Then again skip the next stitch, then you'll put your V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all in the same stitch. Then skip the next stitch, put a single double crochet, skip the next stitch, do a V-stitch, and then it should bring you to the end. It should bring you to the end where you skip 1 stitch, and the very last stitch put a double crochet. If you did a single crochet foundation stitch, it may look like there's a stitch here, but it's not. It's just not very secure at the start. But it is not a stitch. Don't use this as a stitch. So that is the end of row 2. So for row 3, again, we're always going to begin our rows the same way, by chaining 2 and turning. So you have your beginning stitch, because again your chain 2 will always count as the beginning stitch, and you're going to be working on your V-stitch here. The first post of your V-stitch, you're going to be putting a front post double crochet, which is basically just working a double crochet on the post instead of in the stitch. Now in the chain 1 space of your V-stitch, you're going to do another V-stitch. So you'll double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all in that chain 1 space. Now on the second double crochet of our V-stitch, you're going to put another front post double crochet. And then on our single double crochets here, that's in between our V-stitches, you're going to put a front post double crochet on that too. And then you'll repeat that for the row. So again, you come up to your V-stitch again. You're going to be putting a front post double crochet on your first post of your V-stitch. You're going to work a V-stitch in the chain 1 space of your V-stitch, and then the second post of your V-stitch you'll be putting a front post double crochet. So front post double crochet, V-stitch in your chain 1 space of your V-stitch, and then front post double crochet on the other post of your V-stitch, and then in your single double crochet here you'll put a front post double crochet. And you can see there'll be 3 front post double crochets in a row, this row, because you'll be doing it on this part of the V-stitch, the single double crochet, and then the beginning of the next V-stitch. So you'll have 3 in a row. Then you'll have a V-stitch, and then you'll have 3 in a row. V-stitch, 3 in a row. So I did my front post double crochet on my single V-stitch. Now I'm starting my next V-stitch. So front post double crochet on that first double crochet of your V-stitch, V-stitch in the chain 1 space of your V-stitch, then front post double crochet on that second post of your V-stitch. Continue this for your row. And when you come to the end of your row, and it'll be like this at the end of every row, you'll find your chain 2, and you'll always double crochet in the top of your chain 2 to end your row. And that will end row 3. So for row 4, we'll begin it like we always do, every row, chain 2 and turn. Now for this row, we have a double crochet which was our front post double crochet last time. Then we have our new V-stitch that we made in our center of our V-stitches. Then we have that other front post double crochet. Now we're going to skip this first front post double crochet that we did, and in the new V-stitch that we made last row, we're going to put a double crochet in this first double crochet of our V-stitch, and then we're going to be doing a V-stitch in our V-stitch, and then on the next stitch, we're going to be putting a double crochet. This is going to be the back of the scarf. You can see by the line, and you can see by this. I'll show you the back. See, it kind of becomes a wave on the back side. So essentially that's when you see the wave, you know that's the back. And you won't be doing front post double crochets on the back. So this will remind you that you're going to be working in the stitches itself. So you're going to double crochet, V-stitch in your V-stitch, double crochet, and you're going to be skipping the first and last stitches from the previous row. And then you'll come up to your single double crochet that we did our front post double crochet on, and we want that to run throughout. See how it runs throughout the whole thing? In order to do that, on the front side you'll always do a front post double crochet, and then from the back you will always put a back post double crochet. So I want you to work a back post double crochet onto that single stitch. And if you don't know how to do a back post double crochet, let me just show you really quick. You're going to be coming, when you do a front post double crochet, you come from the front and pull it up. When you do a back post double crochet, you yarn over, you come in from the back and you push it back. And then you're working on the post. Just pull up that loop and do a double crochet. Now we're going to continue that for the rest of the row. Again, you'll be skipping that very first stitch and you'll be working your V-stitches. And it'll be easy to see because these V-stitches, they're kind of poked out. The front posts are kind of pushed back. So it should be very easy for you to know this is the V-stitch and you need to put a double crochet. Then you'll renew your V-stitch in the middle, chain one space, then your very next double crochet, you will put a double crochet. And then again you'll come up to that single stitch in the middle and you'll do a back post double crochet. So coming from the back, push that back, pull up a loop, and then you'll complete your back post double crochet. I'm going to continue to do this repeat for the rest of row 4. Okay, I'm coming up to my very last double crochet here for my V-stitch. Now again, very end of your row, you're going to be putting a double crochet in the top of the chain 2 to end row 4. And that's what it looks like for row 4. You're going to begin like we always do. For row 5 you'll be chaining 2 and turning. Chain 2 counts as our stitch. And now we have these 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. They're worked in different stitches, but that's our show we're working with this row. So you're going to skip this first one. You're always going to be skipping these outer ones. I can just tell you that right now. These outer ones will always be skipped. You're always going to just be working with the V-stitch. So you're going to skip this first one, and in the V-stitch we're going to do like we did before. You're on the front side of the scarf now, so you're going to be doing front post. So you're going to skip that first one and then go into the next double crochet. And then you'll always renew your V-stitch. So put a V-stitch worked in the chain 1 space. And then you're going to put that front post double crochet on the next part of your V-stitch from the previous row. Now again, you're going to be skipping this next stitch, and it'll bring you to that center single stitch here. This time you're going to be doing a front post double crochet on it. Skip the next, working in your V-stitch, or just your V-stitch skipping that first one, using your V-stitch, put a front post, renew your V-stitch, front post. So I'm renewing my V-stitch, and then front post. Skip the next, brings you up to that center stitch, and you'll do a front post double crochet. And you want to continue to do this for row 5. Skip that next stitch, front post on the first part of your V-stitch, renew your V-stitch in the center, chain 1 space, then front post on that next post of your V-stitch. Skipping the last stitch here, bringing you up to the center, 1 stitch 1 here, then skip, front post double crochet, renew the V-stitch, and then front post double crochet. And then now we're going to end the row as usual. Find that ending chain 2 space and double crochet in it, and that will end row 5. Now we're going to be repeating rows 4 and 5 until you reach your desired size. I'm going to go ahead and take you through 4 again. So it's just chaining 2. This is a repeat. So this is row 6, which is a repeat of row 4. Again, should be easy enough to see your V-stitch because these 2 are being pushed back. So only working with your V-stitch. And because you're on the back side of your scarf, you know that it's going to be double crochets. So you're going to double crochet in that first part, renew your V-stitch. First part, I mean like your first double crochet of your V-stitch. Then you'll be double crocheting in the second part of your V-stitch here. And then you will do a back post, worked on that single stitch there. And again, working with your V-stitches only, be putting a double crochet in the first one, then renew your V-stitch in that chain space, and then double crochet on the next double crochet of your V-stitch. Then again, you're going to be doing your back post double crochet, and then you'll keep working on your V-stitches. So do your double crochet, renew your V-stitch, double crochet, then back post double crochet, and then this is the last one of the row. Do your double crochet, then find that ending chain 2, do a double crochet, then chain 2. This will be row 7, which is a repeat of row 5, and I'll take you through it again. Now you're on the front side. This will be where you do your front post double crochets. Again, chain 2 counts as the first stitch. So again, you're only going to be working with the V-stitch. So you're going to skip this first one, and you're going to pick up the post. Renew your V-stitch in the middle, then front post. Then front post on that single stitch. Then again, front post on that V-stitch. Renew your V-stitch, front post. Then front post on that single stitch. Front post on the post of your V-stitch. Renew your V-stitch, front post double crochet on your other part of your V-stitch, then front post double crochet on the single stitch. Then this will be the last one for the row. Always going to skip the first and the last stitch of our shells here, only working with that center V-stitch, and you're either going to be doing a front post double crochet on it or double crochet on it, and then you always do your V-stitch in the middle. It's very, very simple to remember, and you'll know whether it's front post if you're on the front or back post in the center. And of course these are just going to be double crochets always. So get to the end of the row, double crochet in the ending chain 2. So it's just going to be a repeat back and forth, back and forth. So when you're ready to end your scarf, and I ended it after I completed row 5, so you have it just like this, because it's easier to keep the, at least complete the texture part of it. So say now you may have a little bit of yarn left, but you don't have enough to go back and forth again, then don't do it. Just end it. You want to chain 1 and turn. Then I'm going to go ahead and in this beginning stitch, because the chain 1 won't count as the beginning stitch, you want to single crochet in that beginning stitch. Then you'll single crochet, instead of skipping this very first stitch like you always do, I'm going to be doing a single crochet in it. And then you'll single crochet in your next one too. Now the chain 1 spaces, this time you're going to skip those. You're just going to go right over to your next stitch and single crochet. Single crochet in the next stitch. Just keep on single crocheting in all your stitches except for your chain 1 stitches. When you come up to your chain 1, you're just going to skip those and move over to the next. Keep single crocheting. Skip the chain 1. So if I count, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There'll be 5 single crochets, and then you skip the chain 1. And then the last 2 stitches will be single crochet, which will bring you up to your ending chain 2. Then you'll single crochet in that ending chain 2. So the last will have 3 stitches. And then that'll be how you end your scarf. Now if you want to add fringe, I went ahead and only did it on one side because, like I told you before, if you have a little bit left and you don't think you can go back and forth again, then go ahead and just stop. Well, that's what happened to me, and I had a little bit of yarn left over, so I went ahead and used it to show you how to do fringe. You can do it however you want. You don't have to do fringe at all. But what I did is I added fringe on the 2 corners, and then I put fringe along the lines, those main lines that we were doing. So I put fringe on each one of those 2. So I have 5 fringes on this scarf. But you can do it however you like, but I thought it would bring those out even more. Okay, that's it everybody. I encourage you to come check me out where I'm most active on social media. On my YouTube community, I'm there very often. If you comment on my videos, I'm going to see it. But I encourage you to be a part of my community. Also, be a part of my Patreon. Patreon is the only reason why I'm here again and able to film these new tutorials for you, because I've had support on my Patreon page, and they basically gave me the money to be able to renew my whole setup that I have going here. So thank you so much, patrons. Also, I'm pretty active on Facebook. I like to post my older patterns there, so in case you're missing them or don't know my channel at all, you can start to be introduced to my stuff if you go there. I also post and share daily somebody else's pattern, another designer, and I also try to do at least one PDF that's for sale. I don't want to just be free, but 2 out of the 3 posts that I post every day will be free. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting my page. Just thank you so much for being here. Bye.